Fill me with your prayer. I will make sense. As violet as the sea, me or the pen, bursting the bubbles of your dreams. Fill me with your breath. I will make when the fighting stars, steady is the only sound, broken by minds, crying their tears.
Hello, hello. First stream of 2026. Do I have a plan? Only a small one. However, let's first get into a few changes that I have done over the holiday period. Where has the chat box gone? There it is. Show you. Addy, wrong stream, friend. Wrong stream. That's the other one I do. These moderators need moderating. How's the No. This is the public YouTube stream. How is the stream? Because I'm getting a warning about screen resolution. I'm streaming at 2K resolution and YouTube does not seem happy with it for some reason. Good. That's a fair statement. So, if we stop doing that, but I guess we're getting straight into it. The enemies are a bit more aggressive this time. They have a larger they have a larger distance. What's it called? A detection distance. So they'll follow you from further away now, and they also start shooting. Shooting isn't based on how close the ship is now, it's based on how close the weapons are. And if I enable gizmos, I can see that it's entirely broken. So these red raycasts should be basically pointing at my ship, and it detects any obstacles in between. And if there are obstacles in between these pirate ships and my ship, they won't shoot. So this allows you to like hide behind asteroids or any other obstacles really. So I'm just going to remove the code that breaks this. I'm just going to put this back to forward. I think it was this, bullet spawn points, forward. So there's a few issues with this, but that will at least get it somewhat working so you can see it. It's always fun to see the raycasts doing their work in the game view. If you enable gizmos in the game view, then you can see all the icons and stuff. And raycasts if you use debug.drawRay. So I do a red one for the general direction of the ray doing its check, and then I turn it green if we actually hit the target and there's nothing in between. Now the sequel to Saint Evelyn is going to be awesome. Yes. Now which will come first, the sequel or the prequel? Although I think we can both agree that the third iteration in the franchise will not be anytime soon. What's that? Beach Volleyball Saga or something? No, time something. Yeah, I always forget that. I'll try to show you the mining system, updated mining system as well. Okay, so we're not immediately under attack, so I'll show you the updated mining feature. I'll just disable gizmos. So if I right click, mine the asteroid, we now have some nice visuals showing that we're actually mining the asteroid. Not Shores, Beach, Volleyball Saga will be awesome. Yes. Maybe he'll start developing it soon. There is audio with this as well, actually. If I turn it down a bit. Gonna do some packing. I'll be listening and watching. Yeah, no problem. It's like Rome you're going to, isn't it? Is that the first part of your work trip? Did I see you're going to Hungary after that or something? Right, let's find some. Oh, another update. We can zoom out a lot more now, and when we do so, we have these orbit lines. So it looks a bit more like a system navigation chart, but it's still the game world. I'm just wondering if we actually have any enemies in here. This is a pirate system, right? No, it's not. That's why. So let's try and find some pirates. There we go. Let's have a little bit of combat. Pirates are over here, warping in. I really do like that zoom out. It just gives a better sense of scale. Here we go. Okay, now they're shooting correctly. If I enable gizmos again. So here we go. So you can see the green raycasts are uninterrupted attempts at shooting at me, and the red ones are blocked by obstacles. So to display this a bit better, you can hide in the asteroid field. So if I just go and park behind this asteroid here. All those raycasts are red now, so they're not shooting because they don't have a direct line of sight. And they should stop when they're close enough, yeah. So they know I'm here, they're trying to shoot, but there's an asteroid in the way, so they don't shoot. And we can just chill here, we can chill, we can mine, we can raise the middle finger at these pirate ships over here, giving it their best. And let's also try. Let's just cancel that mine. Let's try and kill a few of these guys. So there's a bit of an issue where the raycast doesn't always work, especially for the player. If I target this guy, it worked this time. I think it's hitting its own gliders on the way. It's gonna work perfectly now. Right there. So I'm targeting this ship over here. But my raycast is red, so it's for some reason it's not detecting that as a valid path to the target, shall we say. If I rotate a bit, it might work. Especially if I do it backwards. So I think there's some collision issues local to the player's ship, which I need to address. I don't know if I'll do that on stream. I think we need a way for the raycast to ignore a list of colliders. So it can ignore the player ship colliders and just... because I think that's what the issue is right now. Okay, so what else have I changed? Ship stats is another good one we need. So if I go here, if I go to my ship, these are all the statistics that are now generated when the ship is created or updated. And this is based on the components attached to the ship. So we don't have some hard-coded values for our ship statistics anymore. This whole health is based on a combination of every part of the ship summed up. So if I can show that here, in the generated ship components, we have stats, and so every one of these components that make up the ship should have their own stat values. The engine provides hull health, some shield health. Obviously, it adds speed, turn rate, and stuff to the ship stats. And not every component necessarily adds to every statistic. Obviously, if you put more engines on the ship, you're going to get a bit of a faster ship, faster turn rate. And that's basically how that works. And then we display that in this UI here. Armaments, we have 2 weapon slots. I need to add a utility slot in there, so that in this case that would be 1 for the civilian miner. And this is obviously a work in progress. Don't judge. Ship name at the top. I also need to do a calculated ship threat level. So this will be a combination of all the weapon data and defense data. So it'll be... I actually use ChatGPT for the maths on this. So, example, if we have a couple of lasers, it would add the damage per second and the range, combine all of that. We'd do a division just to keep the values nice and small. Real multiplier, so a missile is typically more dangerous than a laser, so that'll have a higher multiplier. We had shield and armor values as well. This all gets added up to give the total threat value of each ship. First, I'm going to do this one here, improve this system hover detail UI. There's not much I can do with that until I get better icons, but what I do want to do is change the layout a tiny bit. I don't like the fact these are centered, so I'm going to make them left aligned. Let's selected info and Why is it central? Do I need to do this? Nope. Why is it left aligned? What might be this one? That's the panel background that has it. So middle left. Middle left. No. No, that's for the above. What the hell? Why is that over there? Okay, it was the content size fitter. Fair enough. That makes sense. Okay, so those... Okay, so that's fine. That's done. I could do with a planet icon for this. Because obviously a white circle is not really fun to look at, or it doesn't really represent a planet either. I do have one, I think, but it's really small. Not that one. That one, but it's quite small, so I need to make these icons in this row a bit more unified, a bit more consistent with each other. But for now, that's fine. So pirates, well, not pirates, this indicates the faction of the system, so in this case the pirates run the system. This one here just means it's occupied, so it's possible you'll have an occupied system that doesn't belong to a faction, in which case this icon would disappear and this one would stay, and they have the number of planets in the system. And this one here is the economy level, which is calculated. Where is it calculated? Where do I have it? Let's just find the code for it. System economy levels are generated when the galaxy is generated. Economy level, star system, economy level. Yeah. So where do we calculate this? Not that one. Where do I set it? It's in the galaxy generation system somewhere. Init the star system, set data, set where is it? Master Galaxy Generator. There we go. So generate system economy levels. So we go through every star system. We check for nearby stars, because if it's surrounded by other systems, it's easier to trade and stuff, logically speaking. So it will have a higher economy level. And what else do? We get a count of the resource types in that system. So the more resources that system can have, the higher the economy level. And we divide the nearby systems and unique resources by the conflict level. So even if the economy is initially good, if it has a high conflict level, we divide by that, so it has a lesser economy level. What was I doing? Okay, so that's all I wanted to do for that, really, for the time being. So calculate ship level, ship threat level, and display it. No, it will be good to display that above the ships, I think, if you click on them. Yeah, if you click on the ship you're trying to attack or just look at, it should display the threat level. And then you'll know if you should avoid engaging in that target, or if there'll be easy pickings. Just gonna close these, and what do we want? We want ship instance, maybe? I forget where we generate the ship data. Ship constant, ship instance, ship base stats, no. Delete that. Ships in scene, ship spawning, ship creator. Generate ship model. Do we do it in here? Stats. So there is that, but somewhere in the ship code I do a sum of all the stats. I'm just trying to remember where. Some stats? What did I call it? I can't remember. I think. Yes, aggregate component stats. So that's what we want. This is where we add everything together. Now I think after this is where we want to start generating the ship threat level. Ship system. So if we have a look at this. Yeah, because we want to be able to call this method at any time, really, to regenerate the ship stats if you do an upgrade or something like that. So once we have the basic ship stats, what do we want to do? Do we really want to iterate through the weapons and get the range and stuff? Yeah, I suppose so. But we only need certain ship stats, right? We don't care when we generate ship threat level. We don't care about fuel capacity, do we? Or the faster than light speed, or maybe even the turn speed at all. Do we care about any kind of speed? We might do. You know, if we got a fast pirate ship, it might be more of a threat than a slow one, so that makes sense. So we might be able to put the impulse speed in there. So just gonna be a float. I'd like to round it to an int at the end, but let's just start with float. Ship threat level. What's the AI doing here? I don't think we want to loop through the components. Let's ignore that. We'll do it my way, thank you. So let's sum all the component stats first, or all the relevant ones we want anyway. So that's going to be ship threat level plus the full health. Oh. Ship instance data, whole health. We don't need to divide anything right now. Stupid AI. Ship threat level plus the shield health. Yeah, shield health is the capacity. So yeah. Ship shield capacity plus the whole health. What else do we want? We do want impulse speed, thank you. We don't care about FTL speed. We want... I don't think we care about turn speed either. Base weapon strength? No. We're going to grab the weapon values from the weapons themselves. Hull shield impulse. Is that all we need for this section? I think so. We don't care about weapon slots or console slots, because if they're empty, they're worth nothing. So yeah, so at this point we iterate through the weapons. If we can access them from here, though we should be able to. It's ship instance game object, which is the highest level of ship stuff. Weapon controller, ship weapon controller, yep, weapons. We should have our weapons like spawned at this point, I hope, so we can get the values from the weapons. When are you going to add unit tests to this project? Good question. You know my response would probably not. None. I'm not adding them. However, I think what I'm doing right now could be a good use case for a unit test. Calculating the ship threat level, which is a bunch of, maths basically. So this probably would be a good example. A good use case for a unit test. To make sure the numbers are what I think they should be. I know adding them junior engineers are always stubborn. Yeah, so junior. So junior. 16 years in, still a junior. Some weapon data. So for each weapon we have, we want what? We want the range of it plus the DPS. We can do a multiplier later. So ship threat level plus. Do we want a 4 each here instead? We'll just do this instead. So we want the DPS Calculate DPS. No. I imagine I'd calculate the DPS here. Yeah, okay. It's one of those. It will, just by calling that, just by accessing that property, it will calculate it for me. So, DPS plus the range. Is that how I want to do it? Is that how I want to sum a weapon? DPS plus the range? Or do we want to do something else with that? Let's get it working first, shall we? Ship threat level. Well, that's it actually. We should determine the type. If you almost got it there, AI. You almost got it. Weapon.type, damage type. Damage type? No. Do we even? Get type? No. Do we determine what it is? Category. Should we have category and weapon? The damage type. Weapon category. Sure. Category. Weapon category. Ballistic energy missile mining. Is that? Do we want to use that? Do we care what type of weapon it is? Because damage and range are probably the most important aspects of it. No, I don't think so. Let's keep it as that. So that'll summarize all our weapon statistics, add it to the overall ship level. That looks a bit too simple. Is that it? Is that all we need? What do we do then? Do we want to set it in here? Shipment's threat level. Do we want it in the data, or do we just want it accessible up here? Get health. Health, where is that? So that's publicly accessible there, really. No, let's just keep this as a public method. We don't need to expose the property. Get threat level. So that means we don't really care about it being in the ship data. Or should we? I suppose it's where the other stats are. Sure. Maybe. So... ship data. Ship name. I suppose it could go in here. It kind of makes sense for it to go in a few places, which is the problem. Combination of all ship component stats. Yeah, I guess we put it here. Makes sense. Float, threat level. It's gonna be a get. It's just gonna be that. So now we need to display that value. Oh wait, I think I am missing something. We divide by 1000. Do we? The range factor. Where's the division in the calculation example? I don't think it gave me one. This is just multiplications and additions. Okay, we don't need to do it like that. Let's see what kind of values we get from this. I imagine it will be quite high, quite a large number. So we might divide by 1000 or 100 like it says here. Let's see what we get. Although first let's display it, which is going to be my ship details. Stats are fuel. Where do we want the ship threat level to be displayed? Near the top, I imagine. Core stats, stick it in there for now. Feels like it needs its own category almost. Could put threat level at the bottom, but let's put it at the top so it's easy to find. Ship threat level. Threat level value. Let's maybe have this a different color. Should we go for a nice red? Goes for a nice little red, and let's increase this maybe. No, not that much anyway. 26 stands out a bit more. Threat level over 20. Now this will probably be in the thousands, so let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should we also have this as red? Threat level like that? Yeah, stands out. I'll change this whole UI screen later anyway. This was just a case of get the stats visible. And we're gonna need to hook that up. Now, where do we do that? My ship panel details. Let's add it here. Threat level text. Threat level to string, F1. Let's not display the floating point. We'll just round it so it looks like an integer, but under the hood it's a float. That's fine. So this should work. I know you have all the faith in me, Eddie. I know just know it's going to work first time. We both know it. First time, no issues. You know, this... We don't make mistakes in programming. Everything always works first time. No issue. Because we're such good programmers. Right level. Any errors? No, that's a good sign. Let's go here. Let's go to my ship. There we go. Threat level 284. Perfect. I don't know what 284 really compares to at this point. It needs to be something the player can think, oh, that number is a very high threat, I need to be careful. Or that number means it's a pretty weak ship, so let's go kill it. So 284. And I guess this is where the unit test would come in. And Ad is getting very excited now. Mention unit tests. So we get the hull health, shield health, impulse speed. I know impulse speed is a fairly small value. Hull health and shield... No, hull health might be like 100 or something. The stream keeps coming and going. I wouldn't be surprised if it's an issue on my end, because for some reason YouTube doesn't like me streaming at 2560 by 1440p, even though I have no other issues. There's a couple of warnings about the bitrate. Did someone say unit test? Yeah, unit tests, they're the greatest. I don't use them, but they're so good. Should get DPS plus range. That doesn't seem right to me. See, it doesn't seem right. So, what's the unit test for this? In the time being, we're gonna debug log it. My stream needs unit tests, apparently so, yeah. Mind you, I'm on like a 70 megabyte connection, so it's probably not the best speeds.
Emotional damage.
That's the service provider right now. I'm just struggling with my streaming demands. I thought I'd downscale to 10. No, I meant to downscale to 1080p. That should help next time anyway. I mean, I've got the stream on this second screen over here, and I've not really noticed any issues with it. I haven't seen any freezing or anything. So it's a bit like Schrodinger's stream at the minute. It could be me, it could be you. Let's kind of verify if these values are correct. Guess lib debug log. I need weapon. DPS and range to threat level. Calculated threat level ship. Give you the total. Yeah, let's see what that does for us. I know the turrets, the cannons, their range is 60. And that in combination, if they've got two of those, that's already a value of 120. If you add the hull health to it, and the DPS. I'd expect a bit of a bigger number than 284 or whatever it was. If I watch this stream for a second while this loads. Yeah, I'm not seeing any issues really. Oh, it was asking for a higher bitrate. Wow, my bitrate is set to like 4,600-ish, I think. But it wants 13,500. Although, to be honest, I don't know if my internet bandwidth would allow that. Pirates, thank you. I still need to fix them spawning in the middle of the sun. I don't know why they do that. I did not. Whoa, what's going on? Yep, it helps if you save your work. It helps if you press save on the script so that it does what you want it to do. I've also done that twice. Right. Enough messing about. Let's try it. Let's see what happens here. Addy, how long are you away? How long are you in Rome for? And then you're travelling somewhere else after that, correct? Okay, now we've got debugs. 284, 284, 284. Why are they all 284? I feel like it's not factoring in the weapons. That's interesting. I guess I'm 284 as well, yeah. Wow. So every ship has a threat rating of 284. Added weapon. Added weapon? It's not adding the weapons, that's why. So the whole health, shield health, impulse speed, I would expect them to be the same because they use the same components pretty much at this point. But it's not adding weapons. I knew something was wrong. Unit tests! Rome 1 week, Budapest 1 week, Senegal 2 weeks. Cool. 2, 3, 4 week vacation. How much of that is a vacation and how much is work? I know Rome is work, but Budapest and Senegal, are they also work or a bit of a vacation as well? Now, why are we not getting weapons? Are they not instantiated by this point? That's going to annoy me. Wait, aggregate the ship components. It's private. Stream status is poor. Stream is getting worse. Maybe it's because I'm playing the game. If I stop, does it get a bit better now I've stopped the game? I am on a wired connection, so it shouldn't be like intermittent Wi-Fi issues. It might just be a case of the 70 meg, 75 meg limit. I mean, the only other thing I can do is like downscale it to 1080p, which is what I used to stream anyway. Because this one goes up to 1440p if you check the little cog icon in the on the video options. Rome and Budapest is work. Senegal is working while away. Okay, cool. So that's February. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all of February, isn't it? That's the whole month of February across the oceans. Cool. Is it weapon controller? Yeah, I don't think we generate the weapons at this point. These stats are like at the very. That's when we generate the ship itself, and then the weapons and stuff get added on top of that. So I think we're calling this just before we make the weapons. So we'll have to do this afterwards. It's not my system struggling, it's the YouTube spinning wheel. Okay, is it not an issue on your end? I understand if it's my issue because of the bandwidth issue. You know, not the fastest internet here. I'll still downscale it for next stream, 1080 back to 1080p. It might just be too much. I know my system can handle the stream, definitely. I've got a 5080 Nvidia, so hardware wise I am good. I'm more than good for streaming. It will be the bandwidth on my side. Okay, so maybe I just change when we call aggregate component stats. Init aggregate component stats, set data. What? Shield? Oh, shield component, that's fine. No, we need, no, okay. So we do want that later. At least after that, but when do we... No, we should make the weapons before that, right? We should be making the weapons before this. What does the... set controller, ship weapon controller. Okay. So let's just move it to the very end. What's init controllers? That just sets the player control by the look of it. Well, let's just do that and see if it works. I get home Feb 28th. Yeah, the whole month. And will it just be you this time? Because I know you. The last time you went away, I think you met your wife at one point on the journey. You stayed in a hotel, and then did she go back while you stayed another week or something? That's mostly done. I want to display the threat level on the enemy ships as well. This looks immediately better. At least we're adding weapons now. So, Shippy McShip, that's me. DPS is 60, range is 60, 20, 30, 200 to 10. 664. Now that seems correct to me. That seems a lot better to me. That means I don't need a unit test. No, it would be a good use case to use one here actually, but these values do look about right now. Let's go find some pirates. First time. Oh, yeah, we got one there with a threat level of 954. That's the highest I've seen. Another 954. Yeah, this looks good. And my ship stats 844. Yeah. So 844 versus a 954. That's probably, you know, a nice, worthy opponent, shall we say. Now, what I want to do to finish this task. Why can't I move? I can't move. What's going on? What have I done? Can't move for some reason. I haven't changed anything to... It can't be that. All we're doing there... No, because we're not changing the stats here. We're just summing them up. Right? She's coming to Budapest. Okay. As a Senegal, I'm not sure an eye coming to your place for a cuddle pie. Okay, okay. Yeah. You're all invited. There's a couch here, there's a chair behind me, there's a bed behind me. There's plenty of places to sit. Ship's stats. What is going on here? Junior engineers never think they need unit tests. Yeah. I'm just wondering why I can't move. Am I dead? My ship has no health. So... Oh dear. Is the aggregate component stats actually changing the stats? It should just be summing them all up, not changing them. So I think that's what it's doing. Is that because I moved it down here? We need to move it down here to get the weapon data. Init, play control, play control. Ship stats. Oh no, we do need it down there. We do, I mean, we do need it up here. Where did I have it? Move it back. So we do need it here because, yeah, it calculates the correct stats we need to set the health and shield data and so on. But it's like we then also need it again later to calculate for the weapons. And I don't want to just call this twice because that's going to mess it up. That's going to mess with the calculations, I think. Ah, dear. Damn it. So we might have to try and move the weapons spawning outside of this. Ship stats. think we want to keep this method how it is. And we want to be able to call that any time to get the updated values. Let's get rid of these debugs. Calculate the total ship stats. You just have to You just have to generate the ships from components. Or upgrading the ship components. Why does the ship movement control set data? Let's make sure that does what I think it does. Does that care about? No. Components. We grab all the components. No, we might be able to. I think we can call that twice. Can we? Do we need? It's just. It's the order of things that is happening that I'm not happy with. Closing down your upstairs office. Yeah, no worries. So I think it's fine to call this again because it creates a new ship component stats data and summarizes. But it's like the controller data. The controller data should be at the end, right? I know the movement one is fine to be at the end. Set control data. Yeah. The issue is the weapons specifically. So what do we do in here? We do that and then we find the weapons. Oh. We want to find the weapons before we do any calculations. Ship stats. Why does it want to use ship stats in here, in this class? What? What? We don't? We do or we don't? We don't know anymore. Let's So I was just passing in ship stats to the weapon controller for absolutely no reason. And set data. We don't want set data anymore then, yeah? We want to change this to like init. We don't care about stats in here. The weapons are their own stats. if we save that, we should get a compilation error. Yeah, let's go here. Let's come on. Let's fix this. So instead, we need to call init. And because the weapon controller doesn't need any stats, we can call that before. I keep hearing noises behind me. It's a bit weird actually. I'm in the basement. I've got the flat to myself, and I'm still hearing noises. Well, fine. If I never stream again, someone's taking me. Right. We need to move the weapon initialization somewhere else, and I think we're gonna do it here. We init the weapons, that means we're gonna have the weapons accessible, then we aggregate component stats, and then we set our health up based on those aggregated stats. Same with the shield component. And then we also set these. Let's just move these out of here. Let's make it very clear what we're doing. Ship instant data, ship stats. Is that what you need? Yes. So let's get rid of that method. Let's see if that works. We should be able to move and fly around and shoot as we used to, but we should also have the correct stats and threat level. Six, 3, 4. Looks about right. Wonder if it factors in the mining beam. Wonder if it gets the range of the mining beam adds that, even though it's not technically a weapon. Oh, and we need to display. We can move, so that works. We need to display the ship threat level on the enemy ships. So let's go to ship base. Is it in here? No, it's going to be, because I have a targeting system, which is somewhere. I'll find it. Where is it? It's only used in the planetary system scene, so it's probably. Yeah, here it is.
So, what we got?
I don't think I can. Oh god. YouTube's on one. Just a second. I don't think I can downscale the stream while I'm streaming. No. I didn't think so. Okay. So, as well as the target system and the health and the shields, we also want the threat level in here. Gonna pop it on the top right. Makes sense to me. Let's open the prefab actually. Let's disable that background. Yeah, okay. Let's put it in here. Anchor point is going to be 1 0. The pivot point, sorry. 0 0. So that's up there. Let's actually have that as 0.5, so it's halfway. Put that to 0. Height is going to be about 20 is fine. Let's lower the text a tad. Do we want 24, 22? 24. Bring that up. Let's go for 28. Okay. Let's right align it. Let's do an example about 626. No. 555. Let's change the font to the font I like to use for this project. Is that all we want? Nice and simple. Let's give it a small shadow. Cool. What's the other font I use? Is it Firecode? I've got a few different materials. Inter? Yeah, that's the one I did use for a while. But I want that. It's a bit more futuristic, techie, cyberpunky text, I think. So that's good. We'll keep it as white, I think. No, we should colour the text based on how much of a fret it might be. So if it's like 100 above your own chip fret level, it should be like orange, red, to help indicate it's more of a fret, and go down to like a grey, a bit of a grey. If it's like no fret at all, easy prey. Yeah, that'll be a nice little attention to detail. So for shape, fret level, okay. Disable broadcast target so it doesn't constantly check for it. Little optimization tip for UI elements. Unless you interact with the UI element, disable raycast target, please. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? System guidance service. Update selected target visual position. No. Add fret. No. Set target visuals. Yes. Ooh, we use damage handler. Okay. So we might need to implement the fret level in the damage handler. Interesting. Well, if we need to do it, we need to do it. That's a struct for a boy. Point of interest. Oh, they're private, aren't they? Selected target data. Yeah, here. Public text mesh pro. Fret level text. We want a public gradient. Is it color? Gradient? Yeah, gradient. here. We want to fret level text. Get fret level to string. Obviously, damage handler doesn't have fret levels yet. That's fine. We can implement that. And the color is going to be get fret level normalized. Ooh, how do we want to do this mathematically? Fret level gradient evaluate. Ooh. That's not going to match though. We need like a min-max value here. Okay. Public int min fret level. Max fret level. And we want like the normal. No, damn it. No, we don't care about that. We need the player's fret level for a start. Playership. We have the playership? Init, fetch poise, no. Let's assume we've got the player ship. That's fine. So, player ship dot ship instance data fret level. Player fret level is that, and then damage handler fret level. Float, get fret. Jesus. Float. No, don't caps lock. Fret, get fret level. So we need to implement that. That's fine. So we need to do that. That's fine. I think. Get fret level. There. Let's do set text, which is produces practically no garbage on a build to string. That's fine. Let's come back to the color. Okay. Now we need to make sure the fret level is set. Ooh, where did the ship come on it? What the shield component of Jesus Christ. The shield doesn't have a fret level, does it? Do we have the ship instance go here? We do. But we don't want that, because we're not specifically selecting the shields, eh? Let's just do this. Oh my god. for the sake of it, let's just do that. Mineable entity obviously isn't going to have a threat level, but you know, let's put it in there. Let's just copy this method. Yeah, obviously. So, let's return 0. Obviously, it doesn't have. Let's do the same for ship component actually. Though my concern is, are we going to be selecting shields instead of the ship? We shouldn't. That's a different issue. What else? So, do we do it in here? I'm concerned. Get threat level. Oh, we do have it. It's there. So we already implemented that without realizing. Where's it gone? Guidance service. Player threat level. Normalized threat. Inverse loop. Min threat level. If I could spell it correctly. Threat level. No, that's not right, is it? The normalized threat level. No, let's not even call it that. Inverse herb. I don't know, man. Float. Threat level is the player threat level. Minus the min threat level. Should we change the name of these to like lower bound, upper bound, offset, min threat level offset, max threat level offset. So the lower end of the threat level. Lower threat level. Okay. There's too many threat level variable names here, but let's work with it. So that's that, and then we can get the normalized lower, upper, and then we set the color. Thank you very much, Copilot. The thing about Copilot, I know what I want to do, but Copilot just sort of puts it there in front of me. It saves so much time. Like, I would have come up with this, you know, if you give me 5 minutes, but this was just like instant. So, ship threat level, let's pop it there, and let's make a new. Let's make a new engine start radio. Oh. Let's make a new library here. Let's call it progress bar gradients. Yeah, that works nicely. Addy's gone. Addy's left me. He's packed up and he's gone to Rome. Back in a few, months? Man.
Emotional damage.
I'm just here by myself right now. So let's do minimum. We'll do a value over 100 either way. So if the threat level is 100 or less than the player threat level, it'll be like a grey colour indicating not really a threat. If the enemy threat level is plus 100 or more, it'll be red, indicating visually it's a threat you need to be concerned about. So let's make this gradient. So we want like a nice little grey. Not too grey, mind you. Let's go for the lighter one. And on this side, we want a nice bright red, a bit of a solid red, really. That's more maroon. Let's go with that one right now. And in the middle, we'll go for a white at 50%. If it exactly matches your threat level, it'll be white. Let's save that. Cool. And here we go. Again, with any luck, this works first time. We know how that goes, don't we? It's getting a bit chilly in here, so I'll take a short break in a moment. I'll get a fresh drink and stick that heating on. Now, let's find, let's see, do we have any debug issues? No. Let's check our stats, 454. Cool. Now, if I select an enemy over here, let's pray. 844. So that's incorrect. That's that's a lot higher than me. That should be red. Do we have any others we can use as examples? 454. No, they're all grey. 454. That's exactly the same as me, so that should be white. That's 954. 454. Do we have any lower ones? Maybe, probably not. Okay, so that does not work at all. It's just grey. So is the code the issue? I imagine it is. Normalized threat level, inverse lerp. I don't think we want that. Well, we do want to normalize. Is there a set color? No. Right. Damage on the threat level. Inverse lerp. Value between 0 and 1. Yes, but let's get this into GPT, which I won't show on screen. Why is this code always returning the lower bound, which is a grey colour? Middle should be white, and higher bound should be red. I didn't put a minus in there, did I? I feel like I might have, which would explain it. VFX. Yeah. I did Idiot. I knew it. I put minus 100 in there. Right, try again. Before we try and debug any further, let's just see if that alone fixes it. Okay, what am I? I am 454 again. So you... Oh, this might be right. It might be right. 744. Yep, definitely way above. 454 is an exact match. That's white. Perfect. If it's lower than that, it should be grey, which it is. 384 right there. We did it. We've done it. I just accidentally put a minus 100 instead of 100. So yes, ship threat levels are now implemented. Fantastic. We need to commit this. We need to... We've done a few changes here. So... Progress bar, gradient... What else have we done? We've done a few things actually. I should have committed per task. Threat level, is that... Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of this, to be honest. Get rid of the editor. I don't know what's going on there with that one. Global. Not those. Threat level. System hub service. That's also related to the threat level, yeah. There was one thing I changed which isn't related to the threat level. Galaxy map interaction handler. I think it was that one. Yes, so I'll do that. Galaxy scene. Galaxy scene? That can be paired with that. So yeah, the rest, all these other changes are the ship threat level implementation. Ship threat level implementation. Commit those, and then we also did that, which was left align the system details. Something happened in global managers. And why do we have an editor folder here? What happened? Oh, I know what it is. It's the freaking progress bar gradients, which we want to move into here. Editor, can we make this a bit tidier? Color palettes. Progress bar gradients. Let's do that. New progress bar gradient file. Now hopefully moving these palettes into this folder doesn't mess it up. It shouldn't do. Still have them right? No. So they should be here, and I think they need to be directly in the editor folder. If I do that, and then try again. There they are. So they do need to be in there. So let's scrap that change. Okay, that's fine. Let's test this one more time. And what have we done? Improve AI shooting and raycasting. Yeah, that might be an off-stream job. It might be a bit monotonous and a bit faffing around. You know, see the odd person join the stream and then leave straight away. Pretty much. Is it the music? Is the music? Does nobody like the music? Does nobody like the game? Does nobody like me? Does nobody? I don't know. I'm streaming this in the gaming category, so I do wonder if it should be like the engineering section instead. I might just be, you know, streaming in the wrong category, pretty much. Wouldn't surprise me. Oops. Right. 454. Okay, my threat level is 524. That's a 54. 844. Yep. So technically speaking, that ship is much more of a challenge. Even though it, you know, clearly it's not, but numbers-wise, it's more of a challenge. It's technically more of a threat. So that's what I mean by I might make these numbers a bit smaller. There we go. Damn, this is a weak setup. 2 basic cannons does not really help. I also want to improve the player ship health and shield bars at the top. They need to go. That was just for debug. I'm wondering how we can make that a nice little effect. Maybe have an icon at the bottom middle with like an icon of the ship and your health bars like around it. Yeah, I think that'd be nice. A bit like Star Trek Online. So I think I'll do that, and then I will end the stream. Yeah, Addy goes places. He's gone. He's out of here. He's busy packing to travel. Not sure. He's nowhere to be found. Not sure where that guy is. So planetary system scene. Yes. Dynamic UI. Player ship HUD. So we want to move this. I want to move this to the bottom. We also want it to be like a... Wait, what? Hull text? What is that? Hull? What is hull text? We don't want it anyway. Let's apply and then let's modify. Can't remember the song I played when I started the stream. My history is broken. Even though it's like the last thing I played. Right, so let's get a new image in here. This is going to be the ship. We'll just get a generic ship icon for the time being. It's terrible, but it works. This will be at the very bottom. Maybe that should be a bit bigger, but let's make a container. Empty container. Yeah, that's about the right size, and just 200 by 200. 128? Yeah. Let's get rid of that. Let's move that image into here. That will also be at the bottom. Health should also be in here. Ship status panel. Makes sense. Distracted. So I'll look for UI references for like a player ship status later. But the idea is basically to have it down here a bit smaller, so player can just glance down, look at their ship shield and health status. Let me just match these copy components. And we want to go down 8. Yeah. But we also want to change the background color of that because grey is freaking terrible. this one? Yes. We need icons for these, don't we? Like shield and just health. We should add them to the bar itself. Something like this. This will be a shield. I don't know if we have icons for these, really. No, not for that. Health. We have a plus icon. We can use that as health for now. -2. Yeah. Bit small. Okay. And we need one really for shield. So, do we have a shield icon? That's the closest I've got, but that's a faction logo. Yeah. I need icons, man. Fortunately, that might be the closest I get. I have all of these, but they're ranks. They're very nice, but that's that'll do for now. No, I have a circle, don't I? Where is it? There. That might be a bit better, more visible at least. Anyway, feeling a lot of other issues there. Okay. Yeah, that works. Do we add a little gap between them? So. Yeah, that's good. Save. Moved player ship stats to bottom. Give this a test and call it a day. Got some pirates in here, cool. So yeah, health bar and stuff for the player ship at the bottom. I do prefer that than at the top. Obviously it's not too pretty, it's very basic. still for now. Let's have a little fight with this. Oh, we've only got cannons. Let's refresh. That's much better. We have photon torpedoes and a beam array. And they're shooting me already. Our threat level is 774, which is good. Better than just having those cannons. Again, the issue with the raycasting, I'll fix that off stream. And hopefully it makes it into the video, State of Dev 4, which will be coming out soon. I just need to gather some footage of all the changes I've made recently, which is these. Threat level? I can include the threat level in the ship stats. Addy's back and he looks very happy to be here. Yeah, I'm going to fix the raycasting off stream. It might get a bit fiddly. But yeah, we have the threat numbers. I don't know if you've literally just come back, Addy, or if you've been in and out. I know you are. So I've got a threat level system in place. The threat level is shown above the enemy ships you target now. Player ship threat level is here, 774. And if the enemy ship threat level is less than yours, it's like a grey colour, this value here, 664. If they're roughly matching your threat level, it's a white. And if they're above your threat level, it's a nice dangerous red. 954, and then what's this one? 664, cool. So in theory, just based on numbers, the highest threat in this area is that middle ship I've got selected now. That's technically the most dangerous ship here. And we've got our fresh health bar and shield bar at the bottom instead of the really big bars at the top of the screen. And yeah, that is probably it for me actually. So I think I'm gonna get a bit of footage for State of Dev 4 and see if I can fix this raycasting. But I'm cold and I'm hungry, and I'm going to go and resolve both of those problems right now. So, Addy, if you're there, have a good, safe trip to Rome. Hope to catch your streams through February. Yes, I'll see you on the Discord. Yeah, I'll update you guys on your Discord, not my Discord. Where's the music? Where's Streamlabs? Too many windows open. Right. See you later, Eddie. Thanks for tuning in. Bye bye for now.